Hari Om everyone. Good morning, good evening. Let us continue this Dharma Kshetra Gita study circle and start with a prayer. Om Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Hari Om everyone. Hari Om Pragati. So we are starting
Ninth chapter.
yes, 9th chapter Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. See, the title itself is so inspiring, isn't it? The royal knowledge, the royal secret. What, Nirmala, isn't it? So
I eagerly look forward to your introductory lecture on the 9th chapter.
All right. Now let's all share, no, whatever we want to. Why do you think it's called a royal knowledge? Why is Krishna calling it a royal guhya, secret? What is this? We have been studying all about it for so long now. 8 chapters he has spoken. Now suddenly he's revealing everything. Actually, in the 8 chapters, a lot of things has been told. But now he's saying it's a royal secret. I'm going to reveal. What is yet to be revealed? That's the thing. That's the intrigue over here. Why is he calling it a royal secret, people? That too royal, not just a secret. The royal secret.
Only after a million years you come to hear all this.
Correct.
After a million years.
Right.
According to Prabhuji, he is saying people who are in this are just the 5%. 95% are, not qualified.
Correct.
No, you don't get to hear.
Right.
So you are one among that 5 people who are going to hear.
Absolutely.
Royal secret.
Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Many janmas, lifetimes later, we have got the qualification to be here and listening to the words of God Himself. See, that is one thing we need to remember every time we come to class, or every time we go to a satsang, every time we hear about the Vedas, every time we hear about the truth, that these are the words that have come directly from God. Directly from God. I mean, just let that sink in for a while. It is not some human being who is giving us these inputs. Especially the Bhagavad Gita is titled itself the Bhagavad Gita, the song of the Lord. And that should, like, hit us very deeply. It is not some Bhelpuri, Kalapuri, which is available in the roadside. It is very precious. It's come from God Himself. The Upanishads are also called the Shrutis. Shruti means what? It is Apaurusheya. Nobody is the author. Nobody can claim authorship of those wonderful teachings. That means it's come directly from the source. Narayana Samarambham, Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyama. All the acharyas are the medium for all the teachings. But the source is Narayana or Sadashiva, God Himself. That we have to carry it, within us. That is the royal secret that we need to carry. That it is not some local language which has come from a human mind. No, it is from the Lord Himself. Number 1. Number 2, always let that mumukshutva be on the back burner, on the simmer mode for us. At any point of time, I have to remember my identity primarily as I am a mumukshu, I am a seeker. That has to be always simmering in the background. Wherever, whatever I'm doing, either secular or sacred. Actually, in Sanatana Dharma, there is nothing called secular and sacred, isn't it? There is no sacred duty, there is no secular duty. There is no sacred life, there is no secular life. That is what the Gita has been teaching us all along. Make everything sacred. There is nothing secular. Everything is sacred. Even cooking is sacred, bathing is sacred. Everything you have to turn it into a spiritual sadhana. So that we have to remember. Two things. The teachings have come from God himself. Number two, my life has to be turned completely spiritual, completely sacred at any point of time, morning, evening, like that. That is the two things we need to remember. Okay. So with this background, let us dive into the Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. We know that chapters 1 to 6 of the Gita, we know that the entire body of the Gita has been loosely divided or segregated into 3 parts. What's that? Anyone, please? Volunteers. The message of the Gita can be said in one sentence. What is that? Yarappa?
Tattvamasi.
Yes, Kamala. Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi is the entire message of the Gita. That is, it has been given by the scholars. Not that on the face of it, Krishna is telling that. So the first 6 chapters can be termed as something. Second, 7 to 12 as something else, and 13 to 18 as something else. What is the 1 to 6? What was it in Tattvamasi? 1 to 6, what aspect did we concentrate on? Think. Tvam. Correct. It was all about my real nature. God was telling Arjuna about you are that. You are that. He was talking about Arjuna as a, he was talking about Arjuna as a jiva and what he needs to do, isn't it? Tvam. Tvam means me, you, me, all of us. What we think about of ourselves is we are all jivas. So it was about jiva. 1 to 6 is all about jiva, because we had karma yoga, bhakti yoga, do this, do that. All the doing, do this, do that is the teaching for the jiva, isn't it? So 1 to 6 was tvam. Now 7 to 12 is going to be about tat. Remember what has been happening in the last few chapters. Krishna is telling all about himself and all about how to please him. So it's about his glory. Next we will come. Vibhuti Yoga, the glories of God will come. Everything it's about the God. The God that the humans revere, that Saguna Brahma, not the Nirguna Brahma, the Saguna Brahma. He will tell about both actually, Saguna and Nirguna. So this is about Tat. Tat means that. And then the last 6 chapters is about the integration of the Jiva and the Ishvara. Asi, you are that, will come later. So this is a progression in this chapter. In the previous one, we know that God gave us a lot of options of how to go, how to get the knowledge, and what happens to the various stages of the sadhaka when he or she passes away. Where does he go? This marga, that marga, dhumra marga, you are going to Uttarayana marga, Dakshinayana, all those things he has given in the 8th chapter. Is that enough? So going to heaven and coming back, the path of return, not happening, because again you come here and study Tattvamasi. Going to Brahmaloka, what will happen? The Uttarayana marga will take you to the Brahmaloka or the loka of your favorite deity, Vishnu loka or Shiva loka or Goloka or Devi loka, wherever. What do you do over there? Study Tattvamasi. This is the thing. This is the royal knowledge, royal secret. You better do it now. Why do you want to go here, there, everywhere, waste your time? That's what God is going to tell Arjuna in this chapter. All of us, we are going to hear this secret in this particular chapter. So God has given us a lot of tips of how to revere him, how to adore him, how to think about him all the time, how to do this, how to do that, everything he has said. But it's not enough to love God. It's fine. It's beautiful. Even to come to that stage is a huge step. But Krishna says that's not enough. You should know me also. You should know what I am. Just loving something is good. It shows your purity of your heart. But to know me is very important. That needs a clarity of intellect to know me. And loving and knowing, both they come together. No, it's a beautiful yoga. It's a beautiful sangama. To know and to love, both. To know God and to love God, it's a blessing. It's a beautiful yoga, which is going to be revealed right now by Krishna. And as we know, the selected verses we have is 2 and 4 for this. But just to give a background, in the first verse, the Lord calls Arjuna Anasuya. 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 It's not just a name for a female. Anasuya means the one who has no impurity in the heart. Not just jealousy or envy or whatever the literal meaning conveys. So why does Krishna call Arjuna as Anasuya? He says, my dear Anasuya, this is one of the, there are so many names Krishna calls Arjuna, addresses Arjuna as several names, some from 40 odd names he calls Arjuna. Anasuya is one of them. Anasuya, why do you think he called him Anasuya? Anyone please pitch in. Why would anyone call? He's calling him, and in this, God simply doesn't use those words randomly, the names randomly. For a reason, he will use at a particular context, he will use the right way to address Arjuna. Anasuya, why did he call him? See the title, you remember the title of the chapter, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. And then he's addressing the audience, all of us, as Anasuya. Tell us why. Why? Why do you think? Why are we all pure of heart according to Krishna? And why now he is telling us this? Rahul is saying, yeah, there is no jealousy in us. Yes.
That is one of the qualifications to be able to attend this class.
Ashte. Simple. That's one of the qualifications to be able to listen to this royal secret. That is why. There he is giving us a clue that maintain that mumukshutva, maintain that purity, or maintain that curiosity in you, so that you will always be receiving the teachings. Anasuya. Actually, Anasuya means one who does not complain and grumble. One who does not keep on complaining in life. So all of us, if we have come to this level, we'll assume that we are people who have reached that stage where we have stopped grumbling about life. That's one of the main qualifications of a seeker. You stop grumbling, you stop complaining. Why? What is there to grumble and complain? Now we have understood, no, everything is handed over in a platter to us by God. By asking, we didn't ask. We have no capacity to do anything by ourselves. The sun is shining, the earth is holding me up. I know I'm not going to stumble and fall when I get up and start walking. How is that happening? Imagine all the blessings. The blood is pumping, my heart is pumping blood to all the parts of my body. Everything is given to us. What am I complaining about? That is one thing, a mumukshu. The moment you start studying, you should stop. You give up the right to complain and grumble about life. Everything is given, isn't it, Padmaja?
Actually, getting up and walking is also a boon. ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ಗೊಂದ್ಸಲ ವರ್ಟಿಗೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬಂತು. ವರ್ಟಿಗೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿವಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್. ನಾವೊಂದು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ, ಒಂದು ಮೈ ಫೇರ್ ಲೇಡಿ ತರ. ಅಂಡ್ going to the restroom is also so difficult. I have to call my daughter and say, please take me. I don't know when I'll fall.
Yeah.
Adu control iralla. So
Houdu.
no idea. So that is the time when you understand getting up and walking, is a boon. We don't understand. We
We take
always
it for
complain, grumble, but
Yes.
oh my God.
Yeah. So I have to admit that even I was bedridden for some 6 months in 2013, I think. I have severe rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, so I was not yet on proper medication. I banked on Ayurveda and some homeopathy and some all sorts of nati vaidyas because people had scared the hell out of me. Don't go for allopathic medicine, this, that, and all that. So the mindset was such that, I should not go for allopathy. And then, oh my God, I was so bedridden. I was a vegetable. Like you said, I had to call my family members. My husband had to, take me to the, restroom and everything. I couldn't comb my hair. My mom used to comb my hair for me. I said, my God, what's happening to me? I was just 51 or whatever, 52. And here I was like a vegetable, totally useless. Then one of my friends is a doctor. He came and gave me left and right. I said, how long do you want to live? I say, you take your allopathy and you become all right and at least be useful to yourself and to your family members. You don't lie like this, like a vegetable. What are you doing in life? That time, those 6 months were like everything that it's said that after death, things are revealed to you. Kshetra and Gupta will come and tell you what you did right and what you did wrong. Those 6 months were like that for me. I had nothing else to do. My mind was working overtime. What I have done wrong, what I have done right, how I should behave in life, all sorts of guilt and fears and everything came up. So, yes, don't take it for granted. My God, the body has been given for sadhana. Don't take it for granted. Really. So, lot of blessings from God. Yeah, why did we go all there? All that? Yeah, Anasuya, don't complain. Don't complain. So only to such people who have a lot of faith in the teachings and in the Guru and in the world, in the universe, only those are eligible for this knowledge. This Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi is it's not a joke, right? Okay. So let's dive into this first verse. We'll chant. Okay, am I sharing? Okay. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartumavyayam. Yes, people can take turns to chant.
Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam.
Yes. Next. Yes, Shweta. Okay, I'll call out, okay, as people appear on my screen. Jayashri Prasad. Okay.
Purnimaji, I'm driving. I'm so sorry.
Never
I didn't
mind,
realize I didn't.
Pavitram idam amrutam pratyakshaavagamam dharmya dharmyam susankartumatyam.
Okay, you said amrutam, which is fantastic. There's also a perfectly valid word over there, but this is uttamam. Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam. Amrutam also is perfect, but God has said Uttamam here. Okay.
Raja Vidya Rajaguhya Pavitram idam uttamam pratyaksha vagamam dharma
Susukam.
Samsukam kartumat.
Susukham kartum avyayam.
Susukam.
Kartum.
Susukham kartum avyayam. I
Yeah.
don't have my classes.
No problem, no problem. So, ade nane on ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Padmaja, can you chant?
Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha-vagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam.
Very nice. Kamala?
राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्.
Yes, beautiful. Indra?
राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्.
Lovely, lovely. Pragati?
राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रम् इदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्.
Lovely. Vinaya?
राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावागमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्.
Very nice. It says that you have learned how to chant the Gita. Pratyakshavagamam. Yeah, very nice. Rahul?
Yes. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam.
Beautiful. Shaila?
राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्.
Okay. Very nice. Anyone else? So this knowledge is the king of sciences and the most profound of all secrets. It purifies those who hear it. It's directly realizable in accordance with Dharma, easy to practice and everlasting in effect. Rajavidya, the king of sciences, the royal, like the king, the mango is the king of the fruits, is the king of sciences. And Rajaguhya, the most profound of all secrets. Pavitram, it purifies those who hear it. Idam pavitram. And uttamam, it is most elevated, it is most sacred. Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam. It is in accordance with Dharma. And Pratyakshaavagam, it is directly realizable. Pratyaksha avagamam. Directly realizable. And then it is susukham. It's so easy to practice. And because it's easy, is it, it's like a cookie, you eat it, you like ice cream, it will melt your mouth and then it's gone. No, it is avyayam. It's everlasting in effect. Look at the pitch Krishna is making for this royal secret and royal knowledge. So many adjectives. Beautiful. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya, Pavitram, Uttamam, Pratyakshaavagamam, Dharmyam, Susukam, Avyayam. So each of these adjectives we have to unpack. Shall we do that? Padmaja, you want to say something about all this for us? Nadridya?
The translation, as you said, royal science, royal secret, the supreme purifier is this.
Yes.
Realizable by direct intuitive knowledge, according to Dharma, very easy to perform and imperishable, everlasting, as you said. So Krishna tells Arjuna, I'm going to teach you this Rajvidya, which is the royal science, and Rajaguhyam, which is a royal secret. So we know that anything that has a word royal is always special. Now hotel, when we are searching for hotels, when we go somewhere out, we see anything royal hotel, okay, let's go for this. So Atara is royal. You go for a shopping or for a furniture, you say king size, queen size. You'll go for king size, royal.
Yeah, right.
So here Krishna says, what I'm going to say is the highest purifier of your heart, that which can liquidate the vasanas quickly. The mind and the intellect can be brought into quietude in no time. It's no mere hypothesis, neither is a speculation.
Yeah.
So it can be only brought but within your own direct experience. Very easy. You can perform it comfortably. And once you perform and reach this state, it is immutable. It's again everlasting. Avyayam. Immutable and permanent. So
Yes.
every word in this verse is meant for advertising the glory of this path.
Correct. So beautifully it has been glorified.
Once we reach there, it's a permanent gain.
Howdu. Correct. Perfect.
All the superlatives are used.
All superlatives are used. So Raja Vidya. So there are so many kinds of vidyas we have, we have science, we have social studies, or we have moral science also. That's also a vidya. We have all sorts of vidyas, so many branches of knowledge we can study. But they are not avyaya. There's only just limited. So when we are studying physics, we do not know anything about biology. When we are specializing in a certain branch of medicine, we will not know, an orthopedic doctor will not know anything about dentistry or whatever. So all these vidyas of the worldly vidyas, they're very, very focused and they're very, very limited. We know that. So all this kind of vidya, Krishna calls them Aparavidya. Aparavidya, that is the lower level of knowledge. Very, very, very important for worldly life. We cannot do anything without all this, the apara, so-called lower level of knowledge. Thanks to the lower level of knowledge, our brains have been sharpened. Thanks to our schooling system, thanks to education, the formal education that we go through, the wheels of our brain have been oiled so that we are ready for this vidya, which is Paravidya. With certain degree of maturity in worldly life, we cannot dive into Paravidya easily. So that this is the royal knowledge because this is not incomplete. It is not finite. All the other vidyas are incomplete, isn't it? But knowledge per se is infinite. What is that? In one of the Upanishads, the student asked this teacher, give me that knowledge, knowing which everything will be known. That is the royal knowledge. Just one thing I need to know, and that means everything will be revealed to me. What is that?
Uddalaka asks Swetaketu, okay, he is coming very proudly, walking with a pride that he has learnt everything. And he says, Daddy, I've learnt everything.
Everything.
Everything is, I know everything. And Uddalaka sees that there is too much pride in his head and he says, have you learnt that knowledge, knowing which you know everything?
Yes. Correct.
And Swetaketu says, Are, what you're asking, even my teacher doesn't know. That's when Uddalaka teaches him Tattvamasi 9 times.
9 times.
9 times.
Why 9?
Why 9? He is telling him the same thing in a different angle.
Tattvamasi Tvetaketu. This is from which the Mahavakya comes.
Yeah. And what it is easy. Know the essence of the thing.
Ashte.
You have a diamond, you have a necklace, you have a bangle, you have a chain, you have a ring, you have a nose ring. What is the essence? gold. There is Purnima, there is Padmaja, there is Rahul, there is Kamala, there is Indra, there is everyone. What is the essence? Consciousness.
Yes.
Class over.
Class
Tata,
over.
bye-bye.
So the royal Vidya, like Nirmala so beautifully said, is the Brahma Vidya itself is the royal Vidya. What is this Brahma Vidya? The foundation of all knowledge, without which nothing is possible. And our Prabhuji says, gives a very beautiful name for this royal knowledge. Gottaitappa. Gottaitappa. Gottaitu. My awareness itself is that royal, is a royal secret. My awareness. Everything. How will I know anything? Because I'm aware of it. Why does the world exist? Because I'm aware of it. Otherwise, there is no world. There is no world in my deep sleep. Only when I become aware of something, it comes into my consciousness, it appears in front of me and is available to my senses. So, that is why Krishna is calling it Susukham. It is so beautifully available all the time. Pratyagavagamam. It is directly available to me. Direct. Nobody has to come and, tell me that you exist. I know that. Spontaneously, effortlessly, I know that I exist. Even when all my senses are shut off, I know that I exist. Imagine an amoeba. It doesn't have any of the senses that we have. Perhaps the sense of touch alone. I am not sure. I'm not a scientist. I'm thinking of such a scenario when no senses, the outward senses are there. But that feeling that I exist, I'm a creature. It is there. Easily available 24/7, except in deep sleep. That is when, even in deep sleep, if I'm aware, then I'm enlightened. Yanisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti sanyami. I would become a sanyami if I am aware that I exist even in deep sleep. That is the status of Ishvara. Deep sleep, in fact, in Mandukya is called Ishvara. Deep sleep status is called as Ishvara because I am one with Ishvara in deep sleep. I am one with the cosmos in deep sleep. Anyway, so this is what it is. The royal Vidya is because it is the secret, all the adjectives point to that, it's the royal secret. It is the royal knowledge because number one, it is the basis of all knowledge. If I am not aware of myself, I will not aware of any other Vidya in the world. Nothing else. That is Gotaitapa. Number two, it's Pavitram. Why is it Pavitram? It purifies me. It purifies me. Remember what happens when I'm aware? All the time when I'm aware of what? Aware of my own behavior, my own thoughts. The moment my thought, the unconscious thought patterns that are messing up my brains, all the unconscious behavior which has brought me to several lifetimes to be born again and again and again. All this is because of unconscious thought patterns leading to unconscious actions. Isn't it? So without that Gottaitappa, without subjecting my actions to that Gottaitappa, I have been doing, leading my life these several lifetime. So the moment my thought, the moment, the thought patterns, it comes, there are so many layers before a thought comes into pratyaksha and then becomes an action. Madhyama, Vaikari, whatever, so many levels are there. So when the thought, the moment it's bubbling up in my consciousness, if I'm aware of it, if I become Gottaitappa about the thought itself, what happens? It is burnt up. It's burnt there and then in the light of awareness, in the fire of knowledge, in the fire of this Brahma Vidya, the royal knowledge, the Raja Vidya, it just burns up. So when at the level of thought itself, if it's burnt up, there is no karma accrued. Because then immediately Viveka will kick in. Immediately Vairagya will kick in. The moment I'm aware, that is why it is pavitram. It is purifying. This Raja Vidya is purifying. And uttamam, naturally. Naturally, it's highly elevating. But mountains of sins will just be burnt up in an instant in the light of awareness. Like how it happened to Ratnakara, who became a Valmiki, or how it happened to Angulimala, who became a Bodhisattva. That is why it is called a royal knowledge. It just has to click. Just has to click. That is why it's called as Drishta Nashta Swabhavaha. Padmaja loves that phrase. Drishta Nashta Swabhavaha. The moment you expose the thought to awareness, it is burned, nashta. The moment it is seen, it is nashta. That is why it is pure, pavitram and uttamam. And dharmyam, it is not just about rites, rituals and rites. This is dharma. Doing puja, doing arti, everything is fine. And doing your pancha yagnas, fantastic. That is why you are here at this stage. But the real dharma is when I fulfill the purpose of my human birth. That is dharmyam. Knowing about the royal secret is my dharma. That is why Krishna is called as dharmyam. And pratyaksha avagamam is most directly available, like we just discussed. Where? Here, everywhere. When? Now, right now. When and where? Right now, right here. Everywhere. Pratyaksha avagamam. Anywhere it's stupid to explain that, I know that I exist at any point of time. I know my name as even midnight, somebody calls me and Purnima, I will wake up. To that level, I should come to know that I am Brahman. If somebody wakes me up in the night, who are you? I am Brahman. I should be able to say that. To that extent, we should soak in this royal knowledge. And dharmyam is not just, and susukham, very, very easy because it's pratyaksha all the time. Directly available all the time. Okay. And susukham, because it is so beautiful to talk about it, to contemplate about it, isn't it? That's why we all come to the class, because it gives us a feeling of sukha, isn't it? Just to listen to the words of the God, just to contemplate on the words of the Upanishads, just to trying to learn a little bit of it. It is so elevating. It is susukham. It is susukham. It is easy and it is pleasurable. So all this is about the royal knowledge. And of course, avyayam, it's unshakable. It's for eternity, because, once you get it, it's done. It's done. But now we come to the royal secret, guhya. Why is it secret? Why is it secret? In the beginning, Nirmala, of course, said, because it cannot be revealed to anyone just like that. The other day, at my house in Ghar Ghar Gita, the previous Sunday, Prabhuji was just talking about just this. Why is it a royal secret? What happened when, this Krishna has revealed his Vishwarupa thrice in his lifetime. Can you recall why? Can one of us recall where Arjuna revealed his Vishwarupa, where and when, to whom? Who was there in that class?
First, he revealed to Yashoda.
Correct.
Then the second person to get it was Duryodhana,
right,
who with his Duradrushti could not even understand that.
Correct.
And the third person to get was Arjuna.
Correct.
Arjuna, and he gave him Divya Drushti also. And the fourth person indirectly getting it was Sanjaya.
Correct.
And through Sanjaya, he wanted to offer it to Dhritarashtra, but he didn't even he was blind to take
Correct.
it on. So totally there were 4 to 5 people getting it.
Correct, Jesh.
And the last one was Sahadeva, right? Because he had that ability to see stuff, futuristic stuff.
Yeah, but he saw the future as far as the world was concerned. But did he see Krishna's Vishwarupa? I'm not sure about that.
I thought Nakula or Sahadeva, I'm not sure. I think that's
Yeah,
what was
correct. One
shared
of
in
the
the
Kirin
class
queens,
once.
yeah, one of them had this.
Yeah,
But I'm not sure they saw Krishna's Vishwarupa.
got it. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So, like Jayashree said, first he revealed.
I think Purnimaji, I think you know how they revived what was that Vishnu Sahasranama that Bhishma had said. Didn't he was the one who kind of went back and got it. I thought that's why. Maybe I'm confused. I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure what you're talking about. What happened in the Vishnu Sahasranama?
And
Oh,
don't worry about it.
that
Sorry.
is very important. That's a beautiful story. The world's first recorder was Sahadeva's money, the Spatika mala which he was wearing.
Okay.
The Spatika mala has the ability to grahichify, to absorb.
Crystal has got the
ability. So what happened? Bhishma had finished telling everything. And then Yudhishthira says, oh no, did anybody record this?
Yes, now I
He's
recall.
looking around and he's saying, did anybody record it? And nobody says, we were so engrossed that we forgot to record even. So Krishna says, Sahadeva, you have the only power, only person who has the power. Because you are wearing a spatika, you can go back and recollect with the concentration on that spatika, and you can write it down.
So beautiful.
That's how we still have Vishnu Sahasranama. Otherwise, it was a goner.
Let us all bow down in gratitude to Sahadeva and his Pashtika Mani. Thank you, Kshetra, for bringing this up, and thank you, Nirmala, for giving us the lowdown on this. It is so precious. Without all these divine, they were all agents of God. That's all we can say. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here. Sanjaya was an agent. Without him, we wouldn't have the Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. That's why Narayana Samarambam, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Yes. Thank you so much. And so we were talking of this, the royal secret. Yes, like Jayashree said, and Prabhuji said on that day, he first revealed his Vishwarupa to Yashoda. But Yashoda was not ready. She fell unconscious. She couldn't take it. For him, Krishna was her little beautiful son. So she fell unconscious. He was not ready. Next, he revealed the Vishwarupa as a peace emissary. He had gone to the asthana of Dhritarashtra. Give me 5 villages to the Pandavas. Let us avert the war. Millions will die. But no, not even 5 needle point worth of land will I part with, said Duryodhana. Which is when Krishna revealed it. Last ditch effort, Krishna did. Last ditch effort. He showed his Vishwarupa. ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ರೋ ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Just understand who is asking you for this, man, stupid fellow. He gave the Vishwarupa. And what did Duryodhana do?
You're a magician.
Laughed in his face. What a waste. The Lord is revealing his form. And this fool idiot, this ass, he's laughing. He's mocking. He's calling him names. And Shishupala calls him all sorts of names. That is second. Third is, yes, he revealed on the battlefield to Arjuna because he was surrendered. And he requested, you're talking so many things. I want to see your form. So he was given Divya Drishti. Arjuna was able to see the Lord in his form. Sanjaya was also able to see with the Dura Drishti. Sanjaya was given Dura Drishti. This fellow was given Divya Drishti. But even Arjuna could not bear it. He said, please go back to the
No, Arjuna, I don't know. Just leave me alone. I'm sorry I ever asked. I am afraid. The whole world is afraid. You
Yes.
better come back in your 4 hands.
Yes.
Sorry, I ill-treated you when you were sleeping, when you were eating and all. Please, everybody told me, I didn't believe. Now I believe. Please, excuse me as a friend, excuse me as a father, excuse me as a lover, excuse me, but show me your 4-hand form. Please.
Please. So that's what happened to us also. I think when we will ask forgiveness from everyone, how much we have sinned. How much we have.
One person who really benefited was Sanjaya.
Sanjaya. Did he become enlightened? Nirmala, I don't know. I'm asking seriously. Was he liberated after this?
He knew the value of it.
He knew the value. He must have gone to Brahmaloka and studied Bhagavad Gita again.
We are more lucky. We are getting to learn, hear it itself.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what happens if this royal knowledge is given just like that. It cannot be. Don't cast your pearls, whatever. There is a biblical saying. Don't just spill your pearls wherever, Like that, this knowledge is a Raja Guhyam and it is revealed only to one who is ready. Only to one who asks.
In the end of Bhagavad Gita, there is a warning. He is saying, Krishna is saying, don't tell this Vidya to any non-believer. Don't tell this who doesn't have faith. You can reveal it only to people who really sincerely want to know and are serious about it.
Ashte. That is the
It's a
secret.
condition. It is a condition.
It's a
He gives a
condition.
whole paragraph of that.
Yes. And it is like how I bring out my best silverware or bone china when the most, most awaited guest, most important guest comes home only, I'll remove my precious, I'll dress up with in my best sari and my best jewelry. I'll not do it every day. Like that, this royal secret is brought out only for those who are ready, those who are precious. In the eyes of God also, you are eligible. That is the most wonderful thing here. So if we are all listening to the Gita, at some point of time, we have got that eligibility. And so this is, Krishna is calling it the greatest secret, the royal secret. And then, see what happens if you give it to people who are ineligible is, nothing will happen to God. But the fellow who's insulting God will be, again, he'll be going around. First of all, he'll go to Patal Loka. There are 7. You can choose from 7 different Patalas, which you can go, lower level of where you can work out your karmas. And then you come back again. The one who insults, God is compassionate there also. God is compassionate there also to the sinner. He said, you don't sin more, I say. Don't take my name in vain and don't curse me because it's not good for you only. That's the thing. That's why he's saying, don't give it to one who is ineligible because they'll mock me, they'll insult me, and I'll have to cut off their heads and stuff like that. All this is there. That is why it is a royal secret. And that in previous times, in earlier times, we are very, very, very fortunate to be in this day and age with YouTube, and online classes and everything. The Sadguru is coming to your living room. He's coming to your laptop and giving us all this knowledge. But during real proper Gurukula times, it was very, very, very hard to come to even to this stage of listening to the Gita. There was lots of years of preparation, years of sadhana, and the seva that one had to do to the Guru to get eligibility to get the secret, isn't it? Yes, Nirmala.
According to the Vaishnavas, ladies are not allowed to chant Bhagavad Gita or not allowed to study Bhagavad Gita. Finish. Okay? Like this. If you go on saying, I think we have hit a jackpot.
Yeah, go on. Go on, Nirmala. Yeah, that's right. So the eligibility.
We have hit a jackpot.
Yeah, we have hit the jackpot. And to be born at this time and age with the, with the 5G connectivity and whatnot across the continents, across the We are able to gather together and contemplate. What a blessing by God. That was a blessing given by Krishna at the end of...
Real Prabhuji.
Right. So apparently Krishna gave that blessing to this Kali Yuga, people in Kali Yuga, no? At the end of Dwapar Yuga, Krishna said that, it'll be easier to find me in Kali Yuga because number one, it is shorter than the other yugas. And number two, there'll be a lot of evil. So to search me among all this evil is very kind of difficult. So I'll make it easy for you. So this is how he has made it easy for us. And here we are listening to the royal knowledge and the knowledge, royal secret is being revealed to us. So we are blessed. That's it. Okay. So we can conclude this session for now today. Please, all of you can pitch in. You've all been very silent except one or two. Helipa, come on. I will stop recording.
I am. Because this provides a basis of myself. It is a purifier and it is highly elevating. So that is the royal knowledge. And royal secret, Andre, you have told just loving God is very good, but it shows purity of heart. However, if we know God, it shows clarity of mind. So integration of purity and clarity, that is the royal secret. That is the yoga.
Yes. Very correct. Correct. See, Prabhuji has given a formula for this. He says prajna, the intellect, and prema in the heart, loving God. And prajna, prema, and something else he says. Prana. Prana is the life that we live, the life that we lead in the world. All three have to be integrated. It's not just having intellectual knowledge. It's not enough. And not putting it into practice is stupid. Intellectual knowledge has to be there. And there should be love in the heart. Prajna, prema, and prana. That has to be manifest in the world, in my actions, in my thoughts. There has to be integration about all three. He also calls it as head.
They're talking about energy, or how is it?
Prana is with energy, Shakti. Prana means Shakti. The manifestation of my actions. That is Shakti only, alva. That's because of prana, right? So that is why head, heart, and hands. Everything has to be in
Prajna is Saraswati. Prema is Mahalakshmi. And prana is
Parvati, Durga. Correct.
Energy, Shakti.
Saraswati, Lakshmi. Navratri is coming up. Beautiful definition we got. Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Durga. We need all the Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and what is the other Shakti? Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and what other Shakti? Three Shaktis. Trishula of Durga.
Ichha Shakti.
Ichha Shakti. Ichha Shakti. Yes. So many things, so many beautiful things have to come together for us to be an integrated person. That is what it is. Yeah. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. Prajna, Prema, Prana. Head, heart, and hands. So all this have to come
where, now and here.
Now and here. Ashte. Susukham. Now and here. Okay? Sarigittu. Gottaitappa. All right. Let us pray that this Jnana Yajna benefits the whole world. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you.
Thank you.